Hey guys, this is Alyssa Blaze here. I'm coming to you live from my home in Barrie, Ontario. I'm actually just inside to get away from the hot weather, so I've got some air conditioning going and it feels really good. Anyway, I just wanted to come online live and share a little bit with you in my hopes to perhaps inspire some other moms that are out there. I wanted to share a little bit about my story and my journey through the fitness industry and becoming the mom that I am today, feeling the strongest and the most fit that I ever have in my life. And so I wanted to just share with you a little bit. So my journey started back in high school when I switched from taking dance classes to doing more organized sports. I started to fall in love with all the different various sports that high school offered. And I wanted to get better at all the sports. So my gym teachers, they were talking to me about getting into the gym, lifting some weights, and getting stronger and fitter in my body. And I noticed an incredible difference in not only the way that I was performing in my sports, but also in my body composition. I wouldn't say that I was the skinniest kid, and I definitely wouldn't say that I was overweight, but maybe somewhere in between. And struggling with some of body image issues as a girl growing up, I was noticing a lot of really positive benefits to working out. So I continued to go along that journey, and within a short amount of time, I decided to become a personal trainer because I noticed how well it was making me feel both inside and out. So all throughout university and into my starting career after post-university, I was a personal trainer. I worked at a local gym and I was helping other people get in the best shape possible. I even decided to join or to try out a fitness competition, a figure competition, which took up quite a bit of my time. And so I spent hours and hours at the gym doing what I needed. My trainer was coaching me, and that's what I needed to do. And I learned how to eat properly and so that I could be my leanest and sexiest in my body so I could walk across the stage in a bikini. But what I didn't realize is that lifestyle was so time consuming, and it actually set me up for some body image issues. I was always worried about, the next meal, how to nourish my body, when I was going to get a workout in, and eventually I just turned to another style of training. That's when I met my husband. My husband, if those of you that don't know, we own an athletic training facility, and he trains athletes. So he trains people to move better in their bodies. He trains people to help them in their sport so that they can perform better, not just in their sport, but also in their life. And so this was a complete switch for me. I was training for physical beauty. I wanted to look really good in a bikini, but I didn't know how to train how to move well. And that's what happened when I was training for a number of years with my trainer. My trainer was amazing. I did look really awesome, but I didn't feel good on the inside. But when I started to work with my husband, he was coaching me. That's a little bit of our love story, our little background. But he made me love working out again. He taught me how you can move and feel good in your body and not feel so tight and restricted all the time from lifting, heavy weights or doing exercises that were going to maybe build your muscles, but not make your muscles work well. So I learned quite a bit from him. He's been in the fitness industry as well for a number of years. Amazing trainer. And I've learned he's probably my biggest mentor in the fitness industry because he thinks outside the box. He's taught me to move in different ways dynamically so that I can get up in the chair a little bit easier, so I can go up a flight of stairs easier. And so that was really helpful for me. And over the years, we fell in love, and we decided to raise a family. So fast forward, we moved to Barrie. We ended up having a couple of kids, and I wanted to get back into fitness, and I thought I knew what to do. So I just started along, trudging my way through doing what I thought, what I did before, and I thought that would work. But here's what I found out is it's really hard to stay in shape after you've had kids. It's really hard to get motivated. It was hard to get motivated before. And now it was even harder because I had all of these, responsibilities and all these other things that I felt like doing. And to be honest, raising a kid is hard. So I just felt like I needed to, sit on the couch at night and watch Netflix or even have a glass of wine. That's all I really had the energy for. I was totally in a slump. I felt uncomfortable in my body. I didn't like the way that I looked. Even though I was so proud of being a mom, and I knew that there was physical changes that were going to happen to my body along the way, I didn't feel comfortable in the way that I could move in my body. I didn't feel good. So I started to piece myself back together through the help of my husband and just learning to train myself. I started to learn the right ways to work out, the safe exercises to do after you've had a baby. And then I re-strengthened my body from the inside out so that I could start to get back into doing all the things that I love. Now, if you've ever followed me on some of my social medias, you'll know that I started and have learned to love stand-up paddleboarding since I had kids. That's the one thing that I got into that inspired me to get out and to get going into moving. So along this journey, I bought a paddleboard. I fell in love with paddleboarding, and I wanted to get in better shape so that I could get better at paddling. And I even tried myself out in I tried out a number of paddleboard races with some good friends, and it felt really good, and my body started to feel more comfortable because I was doing more things that were making me feel stronger and lighter and lifted. And to be honest, what I really want to do now is I want to spend more time with my kids. I want to go on the paddleboard, even if it's not going on the paddleboard to think of it as a workout. It's actually one of my ways that I get out there and I meditate. So along the way, along my fitness journey, right before I had kids, I decided to become a yoga teacher as well because I was getting tight and sore, stiff muscles from working out, and I wanted to become more flexible. So I dived into the yoga journey, and then what yoga really taught me was to be really more mindful and more aware and more present in my body. Not just with the working out. I started to take my yoga practice. I was getting more flexible. I was feeling better, but I took that yoga practice and I brought it into even the style of training that I did so that I was feeling more present and more aware while I was doing my workouts. And that paved the way for the style of workouts and the style of yoga that I teach now is to be fully present when you're doing your body movements. But I'll be honest, I don't have a lot of time. I'm running a business. I'm running my husband's business. I've got 2 kids. We've got a house to juggle, a dog. We've got it all. We've got to make our meals, our healthy meals, and it's not easy to keep up with that stuff. So I started to figure out small ways that I could get my workout in and still continue to do all the things that I love to do and do all the things that I needed to do as a responsible mom and taking care of myself. So I developed these really short bursts of workouts. They were like 30 to 35 minutes long. Even my yoga sessions were 30 to 35 minutes long. And then I was able to get my workout in, get my yoga practice in, even if my kids were around. They were, hanging off my neck. And I was able to do that while they were around, while going through my days as a mom. And I can tell you that my body transformed. And so I started to teach this same method in my classes. I've got a couple of classes that I teach here in Barrie to moms, and we do a style of training that is very mindful. We provide strength, we do some stretching, and it's overall building the foundation for feeling amazing in your body. And so I just wanted to share that with so many other people. And I know that there are a ton of moms, about other moms that I don't even know out there that maybe could use a little bit of a boost or could want to feel better in their bodies after they have kids, or even want to start doing some of the things that they haven't done either before kids, or they want to start doing maybe some new things like stand-up paddleboarding. It's an amazing sport, and there's so many amazing things that you can do out there. I'm just going to leave you with this little last short and final story. I went on a special retreat with a bunch of other women. It was an all-women's retreat. And there was a mom who was beside me in the yoga practice. And she had a couple of kids. Her youngest was around a year. And I was there, and my youngest we were about the same stage. And she was noticing that she was getting very out of breath even in the yoga practice, and she was saying, hey, your yoga practice looks amazing. what have you been doing? And so I just shared with you, I'm doing these short and simple and smart, effective workouts to help me feel better in my body, and it's actually working. And then later that day, we ended up signing up for the same course. We did like this high ropes course where you climb up this really tall ladder, you get up to the top, and then you balance on like this balance beam, like way up high in the sky. And I love doing things like that. I love getting out of my comfort zone. I love feeling that burst of energy, that adrenaline that comes from doing those kinds of things. And I'm also really confident in my body that I can do it. So I made my way up to the top. I got up there and it was amazing. Well, this other mom that I had met, she wanted to do it too, but she went to go up, and then she actually confessed to me after, because she didn't make it to the top. She said, I'm really embarrassed. I'm embarrassed that I wasn't able to do that. I don't feel comfortable and confident, and I think I'd like to learn some of the things that you've been doing so that maybe next year when I come back that I can do these things. And that's what I did. I've been sharing my secrets with her, and I've been sharing this training. And I know that there's a lot of moms in my group. We're not training because we want to look better in a bikini. We're not training because we want to necessarily lose 35 pounds, and that'll come through time. But we are training so that we can get out and do all these amazing things. We can live this vibrant and healthy and energetic life and just showcase that life to our kids. So if you found any part of my story inspiring, or how I've decided to share my journey and help other moms, if you find that inspiring, I'd really love it if you share this video with some of your friends, some of your mom friends, because I know that there are some other mom friends that are out there that could use maybe a little bit of a push and a little bit of awareness of that you can get back into shape after you have kids. It's never too late, and there are some smart and simple ways that you can do without feeling like you have to spend hours at the gym or hours in the kitchen making different foods. And I would love to help you. Have yourself a wonderful day. Bye now.